Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter has got a lot of people worried. The billionaire genius is known for shaking things up. Sure, he's created innovative companies like Tesla, SpaceX and The Boring Company, but he's also known for his controversial and often reckless tweets. Is he a genius? Well, yes, but an unpredictable one. And with someone as complex as Elon Musk, it's very hard to know what he'll do with one of the world's most influential platforms. So let's take a look at what the Twitter purchase means and how he even got to this point. Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa in 1971. His family owned half a diamond mine and they lived in one of the biggest houses in the city. His father made a lot of money as an electrical engineer and a property developer. His mother was a successful model and a dietitian. As a kid, Elon would play made-up games with his siblings, one of which was called America America. It was a game in which they'd pretend to do normal everyday house chores like vacuuming, cleaning or doing the dishes, all while pretending to be in the United States.
No fancy price, just a sweet and simple cleaning machine.
But Elon's real passion was reading. Elon absolutely loved to read. He'd often read for 10 hours a day and claims to have read the entire Encyclopedia Britannica before the age of 9. But underneath the surface of this seemingly happy childhood, there was a lot of pain. You see, his parents' marriage was troubled. Elon's father was abusive and aggressive towards his wife. And to make matters worse, in the early 1970s, women in South Africa still didn't have the right to divorce, which meant that Elon grew up in his early years watching his mother being abused and trapped in a difficult relationship that she couldn't get out of. And as troubled as his home life was, school was no easier for Elon, at least not socially. As a small nerdy kid who loved to read, he wasn't exactly popular. He was bullied and harassed incessantly. One time, a bunch of kids even ganged up on him and pushed him down the stairs. The resulting fall was so bad that it landed him in hospital, which makes you wonder if all of that reading was really just a way for Elon to escape reality. Now, eventually, Elon would go through a growth spurt. He'd also learn martial arts, and as a result, he stopped being a victim of the bullies. And after the law changed in 1979, Elon's parents were finally able to divorce, and they went their separate ways. But this left Elon with an excruciating decision. During the divorce proceedings, Elon was made to choose between living with his father or his mother. Now, you might think that's not really that difficult a choice. I mean, his dad was violent and aggressive. Why would he choose to live with him? But he did choose to live with his dad. And when asked why, he said, quote, "because he seemed very sad and lonely by himself." That decision was one that he would very quickly regret. Elon has since described his father as being, quote, "a terrible human being who plans out evil." And what's more, he even claims that his father was abusive towards him. And yet, despite it all, he still chose to stay with him, which goes to show just how confusing divorce can be for a child. It wasn't until 1988, when Elon was 17 years old, that he finally left his dad and South Africa and headed for North America. The plan was initially to stay with a great uncle who lived in Canada, but unbeknown to him, his uncle had actually moved to Minnesota. So, arriving in Canada with nowhere to stay, Elon would spend the next year working odd jobs such as tending to vegetables, shoveling grain on a wheat farm, and even working as a janitor, all just to get by. And in 1990, Elon enrolled to study physics at Queen's University, Ontario. In part, his love for physics came from his obsessive reading of science fiction. His favourite writer was Isaac Asimov. Known for his stories about robots and intergalactic civilizations, this Russian-born writer had a huge effect on Elon. In fact, Elon once said that, quote, "the lesson I drew from the works of Isaac Asimov, the science fiction writer, is you should try to take the set of actions that are likely to prolong civilization, minimize the probability of a dark age, and reduce the length of a dark age if there is one." And when you think about it, who else but a science fiction fan would make building a colony on Mars one of his biggest life goals? Or electric cars for that matter. But the parallels between science fiction and reality don't stop with space travel and interstellar colonization. Take Elon's passion for artificial intelligence. The Optimus robot made by Tesla is supposed to be released sometime in 2023. Shaped like a human, it will be used to eliminate, quote, dangerous, repetitive, boring tasks, and will also be able to respond to commands. Importantly, Elon points out that it's meant to be friendly towards humans. I'm hoping he's right, because I've seen iRobot and I don't like the way it ends. Now, for better or for worse, all of those science fiction stories have made Elon into a kind of science fiction character himself. He's seen by many as being a visionary. His car company Tesla is revolutionising the car industry, helping to make it cleaner and more energy efficient. His space company SpaceX is gradually making commercial space travel more and more of an everyday reality. But sometimes big inventions can be a double-edged sword. Just take atomic energy for example. Nuclear fission has enabled humans to tap into vast amounts of energy, yet the atomic bomb has become a threat to our very existence. For someone who's read as many science fiction books as Elon, he should be well aware of the dark side of technology. In fact, he's repeatedly warned about the dangers of AI. He's warned that one day we may have a Terminator-style AI apocalypse, and yet he himself is making robots with artificial intelligence, which just goes to show that Elon is married to the world of science fiction, and he firmly believes that his inventions will help humanity. Which brings us to Twitter. Elon describes it as, quote, a digital town hall where great ideas about the future of humanity can be debated. As quaint and noble as that might sound, there's no doubting that the platform has also bred a lot of hateful and dangerous comments. And as a, quote, free speech absolutist, one can only wonder, will Twitter really become a meeting place for great ideas? Or will it be a breeding ground for conspiracy theories and abusive comments? Many experts worry that Elon's loosening of restrictions will leave users more vulnerable than ever. And truth be told, Elon doesn't exactly have a great track record when it comes to Twitter. Take his marijuana joke. In August 2018, Elon decided to make a joke about April 20th, also known as 420, a day that weed lovers use as a celebration of marijuana. His joke was that he'd found funding to take Tesla private at $420 a share. That comment got him in a lot of trouble with the SEC, who fined him and Tesla $20 million. That might just be the most expensive tweet ever. Remarkably, he has no regrets. He claims it was, quote, worth it. And that's not even the only tweet that's got him in trouble. Again in 2018, Elon lashed out against a British diver who'd criticised his plan to use a mini submarine to rescue a youth soccer team who were trapped in a cave in Thailand. Despite pointing out what many believe were legitimate flaws with Elon's plans, nonetheless, he responded by calling him a, quote, pedo guy. That quote, which had no basis in fact, went out to millions of users. And how about the time where Elon compared Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to Hitler? Or how about his recent criticism of Twitter staff members? I mean, as smart as Elon is, he sure is reckless when it comes to his tweets. And now that he's in control of his favourite platform, you just know you'll be hearing a lot more from him. Whether in the end that will prove to be a blow to democracy, the end of the platform, or simply more of the same, it all remains to be seen. But for a diehard science fiction fan, Elon must be thrilled. Let's just hope this story ends well for humans. What do you think about Elon Musk and his purchase of Twitter? Do you think he'll make it better, or do you think it's a bad idea? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, you'll also like some of the other videos that are on screen now.